everybody, this is EmmaSara and I am with Compelled Health. You can find me on facebook.com/Compelled Health. We are doing a 21-day challenge and I'm doing this video for you all. It is Foodie Friday today, but you'll be watching this any day of the week that you would like. Today we're going to make some mayo today. It's going to be a garlic mayo and I'm doing this to taste like a garlic aioli. Now, every time I do mayo, I always do it similar to this. I actually normally free pour everything, but today I measured everything out so that you guys can replicate this at home. Now, a garlic aioli, you might hear that a lot when you go on different foodie sites or on recipes, but aioli comes from the French region of Provence and it's typically done with a mortar and a pestle. And so we're not going to do that today. We're going to be using a blender, so that makes this mayonnaise, okay? So it's going to be a garlic and let's see here, red wine vinegar mayo. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So typically the ratio for the mayo is very easy. It's 2 eggs. For every egg you're going to use about a cup of oil, and I like to use light olive oil. You can see I have it right here. I use a light olive oil. Some people use canola oil. I don't cook with canola oil, but any light tasting oil will work. I've used peanut oil before. Now, you don't want to use extra virgin olive oil. It will be too strong, trust me on this. You can get the mayo from the store, okay, but you're going to get high fructose corn syrup, you're going to get all kinds of junk ingredients, you're going to get GMO ingredients in your mayo. This is so super easy. After you learn how to do this, you'll never want to buy it again, seriously. And so you could buy something that is just as high a quality, but you're going to pay like $8 or $9 for a jar about, seriously about this size. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is separate our eggs. This recipe is only going to call for the egg yolks, not the egg whites. So I'm going to just do this really quick. It's going to be a little messy here, so just excuse me while I go ahead and try to crack that open. And I just put it straight into my hand here. So I'm going to let the whites fall right out of my hand here. What we have left is the yolk, and you're just going to put one. I'm going to do 2 yolks here. Like I said, kind of messy. If your eggs are at room temperature, your whites are going to come out easier. They're not going to stick as much. So you're going to put your 2 egg yolks in there. You're going to be putting red wine vinegar, and you can use lemon juice as well, or your favorite vinegar, your favorite flavored vinegar. A lot of people use lemon in their mayo, but I really love the taste of red wine vinegar. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. And I have here a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, so we're going to go ahead and put that in. And I'm going to clean my hands up here for a second. Then we're also going to add 3 heads of garlic here that are pretty good size here, and we're just going to stick them straight in there. And then we have some paprika here, some smoked paprika. And on this I'm going to put about 1/8. I don't have 1/8 measure right now on me, so I'm just going to do a 4th measure, and then I'm going to actually push half out, and then I'm going to do 1/8 teaspoon of smoked paprika in there. Okay, so we have all of our ingredients in there now. We have our garlic, our eggs, our smoked paprika, and our red wine vinegar, and it all goes in there, and then we're just going to give it a whirl right now. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. You turn it all the way on, make sure your lid is on tight, and then we're going to put it on high, and it's very important that you blend it until your garlic is all the way just annihilated, basically. If you leave chunks in it, what will happen is it'll throw itself around when it's swirling, and it might break your mayo, and I'll explain more about that in a second. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Start off at low, and let's see here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a clove still kind of chunky in there. I'm going to go ahead and blend that down really quick. We can't have any pieces left. Okay, hopefully that is it. So we'll check it out. Okay. Okay, so I don't see anything dressing, so we'll go ahead and add the oil now. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add the oil. This is the very important part. This is going to make or break your mayo. Literally, that's what they call it. When you break your mayo, it turns into liquid, and then your thick, luscious mayo is now liquid salad dressing. So there are ways to revitalize your mayo if it breaks. If you have a hand emulsion blender, a lot of times that will bring it back to life. But the key to making it to where it doesn't become watery and it becomes thicker or emulsified is to drizzle your oil. Very, very important. Don't drop your oil in. Don't just chug it in there. You need to drizzle it. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Hopefully you can see this. You're going to put it on low, and you're going to keep it on low. I have it on number 1 right now. So I have my hand here so that there's a position so I'm not holding it freehand. I'm actually leaning it, and I'm putting my finger under it as a base. And you can see it's just slowly drizzling. It's a slow process. This is the slowest part of the recipe. Okay, and it's going very slow. And I'm going to wait till I get about halfway, and then I'll put it up just another notch to about just before 2. Right now I'm using a Vitamix blender, and I have a professional series, but you can do this on any one of your blenders and just have it on your very lowest setting. And I'm going ahead and drizzling it, and that's causing emulsification right now. So like I said, if you go too fast, there will be no emulsification. That means the binding of the oil and the liquid that are in there will not combine, and then you'll have liquid when you're done. So now that we've been pouring this for a few, I'm going to go ahead and just stop for a second and put it up to 1.5. So we're going a little bit faster so I can drizzle a little bit more now because we have a base going. Still not going too fast though. So basically we're going to do this until it's all done, until the very end we're just drizzling it. And when we get to the end, I'm going to go ahead and check it. If your emulsification process thickens up before you get to the end of your oil, then go ahead and stop. There's nothing saying that you have to use the rest of your oil out. Actually make it kind of greasy, oily. So you want to just get it to the point where it thickens up, and then at that point you can go ahead and stop pouring. So I can see that it's thickening up some right now. Okay, it's thickening up. You can use this dressing as a dressing. I like to use it in tuna salad, egg salad. Of course, you can spread it on bread. The kids just love to eat it. You can even, my kids are really skinny and they can use the extra fat. It's olive oil, so it's good for them. It's organic eggs, good ingredient. So they actually like to dip their vegetables, broccoli sticks, carrot sticks. And you can even toss pasta with this. Really, really flavorful. I really love the tang of the red wine vinegar. That's why I choose to use that. It's getting thicker. Okay. So I just took the lid off, and I'm going to show you close up what it looks like on the inside here. It's just a drizzle, and it's going in. You can see that it's thickening up. If your mayo lacks flavor, it's really important that you just hand mix that in. If you start putting in ingredients at this point, you're going to really risk making it into liquid and not allowing it to set up. A lot of times what happens is people will allow their mayo to get thick and decide it needs more salt or more flavoring, and then try to blend it in, and then it ends up turning into liquid. So you don't want to ruin your mayo after all your hard work. So what you'll do is, if you need any extra tang, if you can add a little bit of vinegar later, or you can add even some mustard to this, or mustard powder. You can add, like I said, smoked paprika or chipotle powder would be really nice in this. So, homemade mayo. You will never buy store mayo again. Once you try this, you are going to be so happy to be able to make this whenever your family needs something for an egg salad or a sandwich, whatever it is that you like. Here it is. You it'll be ready to go. Don't worry, if you break your mayo and it doesn't look like this, don't worry, use it and toss it in some pasta. You can use it in salad dressing. If it is nice like this, you can use it for a vegetable dip, or you could use it on sandwiches. There's so many various things that you can use your dip with, your mayo with. I hope you enjoy this recipe. So that's it. This is EmmaSara with Compelled Health. You can find me at facebook.com/Compelled Health. You can always find me also on CompelledLife.com. That's our family blog. So that is garlic mayo.